Ambassador, let's get the snowball rolling. I'll ask my panel to exercise brevity so that we can go across the board a couple of times. Donald Trump did not just comment here, Madam Ambassador. He amplified and endorsed a rant. He endorsed a rant calling Indians gangsters with laptops. Indians are among the most highest taxpayers in the United States. I just mentioned all the particulars. Trump amplifying such remarks, does this reflect a shift in how sections of American politics now view India and Indians? Or should we just shrug it off? That's what people are calling it, the MES statement, that we played it down, we shrugged it off.
Well, I think it amplifies a strand in US politics, which is increasingly emotional about immigration, both illegal and legal. Somehow this perception and this narrative is being played out that immigrants come and take American jobs, and that is why working class Americans have faced problems, or that jobs go out to China, and that this deprives American workers of jobs in America and also keeps wages low. So this is one of the major planks of MAGA and the right wing, which has supported President Trump in his election. And it was also one of President Trump's main planks that he is going to deport millions of illegal immigrants and that he is going to staunch migration to the United States. Now, there is an element of racism in these rants and in this strand of MAGA. And in Trump's first term, I think it was there, but it was latent, and Trump had taken care to keep it under some degree of restraint, saying we need immigrants, they are talented. So he had kept it under some degree of restraint. In his second term, pandering to this sentiment and shaping policy around this sentiment has become a key plank of the Trump administration. And while every country is really free to adopt their own immigration and citizenship policies, I think it's probably what is cause for concern is that this kind of undercurrent of racist hatred is being inflamed.
You know what, Madam Ambassador? You know, I was just listening to John Bolton, the former NSA during Donald Trump's first term. He said America is a country of immigrants, whether you like it or you don't, and we've always been welcoming. Is this purely domestic politics that's being played out in the US, just like, an echo from where you left off? Or does it now have foreign policy signaling that's embedded in it? Just a couple of days back, we were talking about how J.D. Vance spoke about the H-1B.
Well, it has repercussions in terms of how business is conducted with the United States and can hit some of our industries, such as the IT industry, which has been relying on H-1B visas. But as I said, I would hope that as a result of this, fewer people go to the United States, which is not so attractive as a country anymore. Because of this, why would you go to a country where you don't feel welcome? And I do hope that many more IT companies in India start doing much more of their work in India so that the need to have people on site in America is reduced. Now, this may not have immediate implications for the relationship, which is much broader than just a particular issue at any given point of time, but it adds to the, mistrust, if I would say, at the popular level and influences sentiment at the popular level, which then feeds back into the relationship. So in the long run, it's difficult to insulate overall relations from this kind of rhetoric if it becomes the norm in America.
You're right. You're right, Madam Ambassador.